I have been flogged from pillar to post over the Anwar Ibrahim issue. Of course, in 1997, I think it was sometime in August or thereabouts, that I was approached by Azizan, who was a complainant in the subsequent case against Anwar Ibrahim, the sodomy case, and others who came to see me in this very room. They told me of what had happened. I asked for the evidence they had. All they had was their word for it and what they had written to the Prime Minister. I told them, let me have a look at the letter you have written to the Prime Minister. I was supplied a copy, in fact, within less than an hour. Now, being in the opposition, I thought, and I still think what I did was right, to take up this issue in Parliament for investigations to be made against the allegations. The Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, he publicly stated that there was an attempt to discredit his deputy, that there was no truth in the allegations. These are public statements, public record of what the Prime Minister, or rather the then Prime Minister, said to defend Anwar Ibrahim. Shortly thereafter, the Attorney General, the late Muqta Abdullah, he came out with a statement saying that the matter had been investigated and it was found there was no truth in it. In September 1997, Anwar Ibrahim was arrested. I'm not sure of the dates. It could be 1998. I was arrested, charged for sodomy, and subsequently I was asked by Anwar Ibrahim to join his defense team, which I did. My conscience is clear. I did that because Anwar Ibrahim had been cleared by the then Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. The Attorney General himself made a public statement that there was no truth in the allegations of sodomy against Anwar Ibrahim. Much has been said that my conduct has been unprofessional, infamous conduct, in the sense that I had once taken up the matter against Anwar Ibrahim in Parliament and subsequently defended him in his case. I think what has to be told is the truth. I defended Anwar Ibrahim because I felt that he was innocent, that he had been cleared by the Prime Minister and by the Attorney General, who is the public prosecutor. And my defense of Anwar Ibrahim was towards establishing his innocence this time, which we did in the end. In fact, the matter went up right to the federal court, and the federal court allowed the appeal. Anwar Ibrahim had been convicted in the High Court. The appeal against that decision to the Court of Appeal was rejected. And finally, the federal court, the highest court in the country, ruled that there was no basis for the allegations against Anwar Ibrahim and the appeal was allowed. So there it is. What I have done is in no way unprofessional. What I did was striving towards the end of justice for Anwar Ibrahim, and as I said earlier, we have a judicial pronouncement on his innocence through the federal court ruling. And I hope that the public will understand. These allegations made practically every day in the mass media without any opportunity given to us, the opposition I mean, to rebut the allegations made against us. What we need in this country is a free press. There is no freedom of the press in this country. In fact, Malaysia ranks very low on the index with regard to freedom of the press. Most of the press in the country are controlled by, in fact, leaders in the government itself. For example, the Star. Star is owned by the MCA. Likewise, Utusan Malaysia, which publicly commits sedition. But there is no one to bail the cat. What is the Attorney General doing? Statements from Ibrahim Ali, for example. And lately, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said that we should have more Ibrahim Alis. I think we should have less Ibrahim Alis and less Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. The time has come. Time has come. It has been a long road for us in the opposition. But ultimately, what is inside is Putrajaya. And I hope everyone will come out without fear or favor to vote. Do not be intimidated by the propaganda of the Barisan Nasional. We are there now.